Hey guys, it's Thomas here, and today we have a review on this 3D printed Mechagodzilla. And this is in the legendary style, but in actuality, they named this creation the Atomic Dragon. Probably to avoid some copyright issue, perhaps. But this is a big figure standing 36 centimeters tall, otherwise 14 inches tall. And it is incredible. It arrived in a couple of boxes, and the boxes were pretty banged up, but all the pieces were all intact. There was amazingly nothing broken. I have a couple of pictures of the boxes, but you guys don't need to see that. And no tools necessary to put it together. So it's quite amazing figure, and I will get some close-ups, and as we go along I'll kind of explain some of the features that I noticed about it. But it is incredible and substantial, so let's get to it right now. Alright, so we have the Atomic Dragon here, and this was created by an Indonesian collective called Toymakr3d. And looks like they hit it out of the ballpark. They created a Mechagodzilla that looked more reptilian than the one that we saw. The one that we saw was not what I was expecting, and this one here is definitely more to my liking. And this guy has a bunch of articulation points, I think about 20, and he has a swivel waist, which is pretty cool. You can rotate his body a bit, and also as we get down a little further, we will see that he has a superposable tail. He has a little red circular part there. I believe there is a part you can put on there, but this one did not include it. And they did a great job with all the various lines and the pieces. I know it's very time consuming to create a 3D figure. And here's the tightening screws that I was talking about that will allow you to tighten the joints. And here's the superposable tail. You can see all the individual segments are nicely done, and they look very strong. At the end of this tail, there's a little pointed area. It looks like that's a weapon that it can use on its opponent. And here is another look of the tail as we go along. Nicely done. I also like, as we go up here, you'll see all the individual segments of the dorsal plate, and they are fairly large, so it's very visible and eye-catching. Up next, I'm going to attempt to show you some of the articulation on this guy. As you can see right there, his feet move well. There's a little bit of the knee action, as well as some hip rotation and movement. There are the 2 screws for tightening the joints. Also one on his elbow. His arm moves well. And this is the superposable tail I was talking about earlier. It simulates a real tail quite well. And also tail whip action. Up and down goes really well too. And I would imagine this would be nice for some photography. And this guy is pretty heavy and looks very durable. So you can do some foot stomping, foot lifting. And as I said earlier, this guy has a swivel waist, which I was not able to do too well because I'm too busy being distracted. But anyways, I'm going to start to show you some of the arm movements. As you can see, it goes left and right pretty good. Also, each individual digit on the finger can move. You can make it open up or into a fist. His head moves very smoothly. And right here, he is acting like he's the legendary Godzilla shooting into the sky. So far, I'm really enjoying this figure. And I guess I can imagine if SH Monster Arts started making gigantic figures like this. That'll be wild. Up next, I am going to have a little bit of fun with this guy, and I'm going to swap and put on his optional head, and let's go ahead and do that right now. For comparison number 1, we have the Mecha King Kong, and this is also a release from the same company, Toymakr3d. And this guy also comes with an axe, which I've misplaced. I definitely still have it, but I must have put it in the box and it's put away. So here's a couple of little shots of them duking it out, and they scale together perfectly. And there also was a couple of other releases that were smaller sizes, but I did not pick that up. I grabbed these two guys. I thought they would make a bigger impression, and I wasn't mistaken. For comparison number 2, we have the X Plus 1954 30 centimeter Godzilla, and this is the custom closed mouth. For comparison number 3, we have the Star Ace Deluxe Skull Island Kong, and this one has the propeller, and they almost scale. For comparison number 4, we have the X Plus Gigantic Ultraman, and this is the original 1966 version, and he's also quite a bit bigger. And finally, we have all the figures for a group shot with the Mecha King Kong right front and in the center, ready for battle. Okay guys, I am back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick review on this Atomic Dragon. I prefer to call it the legendary Mechagodzilla. This is a version that I would have loved to have seen. This one here still has the optional head. Perhaps this is the factory head that they want to put on here, you know, designating it a dragon, but this is the head that I prefer to use. Looks more like Godzilla. And I forgot to mention, they also provided a bag of little parts, so I would imagine if any of these digits or any of these little pieces pop off, we have a replacement. So I originally was pretty impressed with this guy, with his gunmetal finish. This one has the more metallic silver finish. If I gotta give this guy a score, I'm going to give it a higher score than this guy. Now this guy, I might have been a little bit extra over exuberant when I first got it, because I was just blown away. Something different, you know, something that I thought would stand out in my collection, and it does. I want to give this guy a slightly higher score. I think I give this guy a 4.8, so that's really high. I think I'm going to adjust it to like a 4.5 or something, 4.4. This one here is like more like a 4.8. The only thing that would knock this out of the park would have been a fantastic paint job, but I think someone else can do that. I prefer to leave these guys metallic and original. These guys look pretty good as is. So that is my score. Might be a little generous, but I think these guys are fantastic, and unfortunately I believe these guys are not available anymore. You may have to look around. I did not see them for sale. So once again, you know, if you guys like this review, please like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate your support, and stay tuned for more. And you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.